Welcome to part 3 of Synagogues of Florida. In this episode, we again look at 4 cities. For want of a better identifier, we'll call this North Central Florida. The cities are Daytona Beach, Ormond Beach, Ocala, and the villages. Our first stop is in the Daytona Beach area. This is the Chabad Lubavitch of Greater Daytona, and it also houses the Esformis Hebrew Academy. Chabad Lubavitch offers a comfortable setting for those who aspire to a more traditional Orthodox practice of Jewish customs. Although it is called Greater Daytona, the facility actually is in nearby Ormond Beach. The director is Rabbi Pinchas Azagi. The Esformis family is very big in Chicago for giving to Jewish causes, including educational institutions. It would not surprise us if this is the same family that has funded this kindergarten through 8th grade school in the Daytona area. And since we're in Ormond Beach, let's take a look at another Jewish house of worship in this city. As the sign reads, this is B'nai Torah, a progressive conservative synagogue. Shabbat services are held both Friday evenings and Saturday mornings. The spiritual leader is Stephen David Kane. He has been their rabbi since the synagogue's inception in 1998. There is one more synagogue in Ormond Beach. Let's take a look at it. Temple Bethel greets you with this sign. It is a Reform-affiliated congregation. The congregation is in a transitional phase with rabbis. A new one starts in July. They have another one helping out in the interim. The Rabbi Emeritus is Barry Altman. As do most Reform congregations, this one offers a Friday evening Shabbat service and on Saturday mornings a Torah study on most Shabbatot. This congregation started in 1950. The congregation moved into this building in 1982. In the mid-1960s, the synagogue boasted over 200 members and 120 students in the Hebrew school. And now we turn back to Daytona proper for another Jewish house of worship. I can't lie to you. The sign here reads that this is Temple Israel. It has been serving those who practice the conservative form of Jewish customs in this area since 1925. However, they are currently using the Temple Bethel building in Ormond Beach for both Friday evening and Saturday morning Shabbat services. If you are unable to read between the lines, the two congregations are forming a partnership. It appears as if their rabbi is no longer acting as the spiritual leader, but are relying on the interim rabbi at Bethel. And so we move on to Ocala. Ocala has 2 temples. This is the first, Beth Shalom. It is affiliated with the Reform movement. The congregation was founded in 1977. The most recent rabbi has been Zev Harari. Shabbat services are held on Friday evenings. And we're going to move along now to our next Jewish house of worship in Ocala. Well, this is Temple B'nai Doron. In English, it means Children of the South. Rabbi Sherman Stein leads the second oldest congregation in Florida. It is affiliated as a Reform congregation. Shabbat services are held on Friday evenings, and on Saturday mornings are Torah study and services. The congregation has been using this building since 1976. Its previous building was erected in 1888 and was sold as a church and stripped of all Jewish identity. There is one more group identifying themselves as a synagogue. Okay, so I lied when I said there were 2. But this one has no street views available to show. It is called Congregation Beth Israel of Ocala, or do you say Ocala? It is affiliated with the Reconstructionist movement. Karen Allen is their spiritual leader. And now we move on to the villages. This is Temple Shalom of Central Florida. Specifically, it is in Oxford, Florida. It is a Reform congregation. and it claims to have more than 650 members. This building was completed in 2006, and they do not list a spiritual leader. There are weekly Friday evening Shabbat services, while Saturday morning Shabbat services are done on a monthly basis. Well, this about wraps up our visit to these 4 cities in Central Florida. More Synagogues of Florida to come. Bye for now. Hope to see you soon.